Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 25. Something a little bit different to start off this cycle of the game. That is, we're going to find out who is the best team in the history of Major League Baseball. Now, the way we're going to do that, we can obviously use historical teams, and we're going to have basically an American League side of the bracket, a National League side of the bracket. Every team plus two audibles to get the 32 are going to put their best team forward, and we're going to have like a March Madness style, just knockout all the way down till we have an Ultimate World Series between the best American League team in history, the best National League team in history, and I'm really excited for this. Now, if you are as well, make sure that you like this, subscribe if you're new to the channel so you don't miss out on anything, share this around, Facebook, follow me on Facebook or Twitter or anything. Yeah, share this around so as many people can get involved in this. I think this is going to be really fun. Now, the first thing we need to do, obviously, is each franchise needs to put a team forward as their best to compete against everybody else. So the way we've done this is World Series winning teams. I've tried to avoid dynasties so that I'll sort of pick if there's sort of they win 3 in 4 years or that sort of a thing. I've picked the team that won the World Series with the best regular season record, so hopefully that kind of works out a little bit. I've tried to just use numbers, like how successful was a team rather than how much did you like a team, so just trying to take emotion out of it as much as possible. So let's have a quick look. There are teams that have only got one team to put forward, basically. So those are the Toronto Blue Jays. The 1992 Toronto Blue Jays will be the representatives of the Jays. Houston will be the 2022 Astros, the 2002 Angels, the 2001 Mariners, the 2023 Texas Rangers, the 2019 Nationals, the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks. I am reading this in case you didn't tell. And the two audibles that I put in are teams that I liked. So I put them in. So the Brooklyn Dodgers, it'll be the 1995 Brooklyn Dodgers. So 1995 Brooklyn Dodgers. I don't think they even exist, do they? And the 1994 Montreal Expos. So those teams will be in. I haven't decided yet which side of the draw the Brooklyn and Montreal will go on. I have to figure that out. I'll get to that. It doesn't really matter because I don't think either of them are going to win, to be honest, overall. So how do we get to everybody else? Well, this is how everybody else is going to have their team decided, and we'll have an episode for each of these games, each of these series, so that you can see who's going to go through. So the Baltimore Orioles, it'll be the 1970 Orioles versus the 1983 Orioles. The Boston Red Sox, I've drawn these off camera. So it'll be the 1903 Red Sox versus the 1915 Red Sox, and the winner of that will play the 2018 versus the winner of 2018 versus 2004 Red Sox. So that'll be exciting. Now the Yankees is obviously a tough one to kind of draw. So the way I've done this, we've got 2009 versus 1953 Yankees. We've got 39 Yankees versus 98 Yankees. We've got the 61 Yankees versus the 27 Yankees. Now the 1977 Yankees get a bye, and they will play the winner, or they'll probably do another draw for a semi-final, and they will play the winner of that. So the Yankees episode is going to be a bit of a monster one. So make sure you don't miss out on that one. Then the Tampa Bay, it's going to be 2020 versus 2008. The White Sox, it's the 83 Sox versus the 05 Sox, and then we've got the 17 Sox versus the 06 Sox. So 1906. Would have been nice if it was 05 versus 1906, actually, wouldn't it? To get 100 years between the teams there, but maybe that'll be the final. You never know. Cleveland, it'll be 95 versus 48, and then 2017 versus 1920, so there is 100 years between those ones, or more or less. Detroit, it'll be 84 versus 45, and 68 versus 35. Again, the winners will then play off to represent the Tigers in the actual competition. The Royals, it'll be 85 versus 2015. That was the team that broke my heart as a Mets fan. The Twins, it'll be 1924 versus 1991. The Oakland A's, it'll be 29 versus 1973, and then 89 versus 1910. Then we go over to the National League side of things. The Braves, it'll be 2021 versus 1914, so over 100 years between those guys, and then 95 versus 1957. The Marlins, it'll be 97 versus 2003. The Mets, it'll be 69 versus 86. The Phillies, it'll be 80 versus 2008. The Cubs will be 1907 versus 2016. The Cincinnati, it'll be 1975 versus 1990 and 1940 versus 1919. I know this is a lot of information, but we'll get through as quickly as we can. The Brewers will be 82 versus 2011. Then the Pittsburgh Pirates, it'll be 1979 versus 1909, 1902 versus 1960, and 1925 versus 1971. Now, the way this will work is that there'll obviously be 3 winners there. Then the loser that is closest, so if you lose by 1 run as opposed to losing by 2, 3, etc., the closest loser will be the team that goes through into the semi-finals. If that's a tie, we'll go with the most runs. If that's a tie, we'll go with the least runs. Although that will be the same, won't it? Potentially, and if not, then we'll just flip a coin and see what happens. So yeah, let's hope it's not quite that complicated. The Cardinals, now we've got 2011 versus 1967, we've got 42 versus 82, and then 1913 will have a bye into the semi-finals where they again will play the closest loser. We've got the Rockies 2007 versus 2018. The Dodgers will be 2020 versus 88 and 63 versus 74. The Padres will be 98 versus 84, and then finally we got here, it is the San Francisco Giants. That will be 2012 versus 1922. It'll be 1905 versus 1933, and 1954 Giants will have a bye again to play the closest loser in the semi-finals. So that is that. So let me know in the comments which episode, which franchise episode are you most looking forward to? Who is your early favorite to go and win the whole thing? Hopefully I've got roughly a good the right teams in the competition here. I mean, historically I don't know. I'm hoping I've got the right ones, and I've just sort of gone, as I said, purely based off numbers. So for dynasty sort of teams, I've tried to take the one that had the best overall record in the regular season. So that's what we've got. Short and sweet. A lot of information pumped in there. We'll come back. The next episode will be the Baltimore Orioles. We'll see who they're going to put into the competition overall, and hopefully I will see you for that one. Take care.